Hello everyone, this is Caroline from spiritualgrowthtools.co.uk, and this video is going to be a predictions video for the year 2020 month by month. I'm going to do my usual pull one card per month. Really wishing you a festive season full of magic, joy and fun, and really hope that these predictions are of use to you. So here we go. So I shuffled the cards and we are looking at the cards for the first 3 months of 2020, and the cards I pulled were Zen Garden, Inner Sanctuary, and then Remembrance, Resurfacing of Old Feelings and Emotions, and then Reflection, Illusion, Self-Examination, Distortion. So I'm using the cards from Gaia Oracle from Tony Carmine Salerno, and how I feel about the first 3 months of 2020 is we will be continuing on from what we have been doing in 2019. Lots and lots of internal work, lots of letting go of what we no longer need, and lots of really coming to terms of who we actually are. And how I feel about the first 3 months of the year, whilst there will be chaos going on outside and crazy behaviour and some more extreme weather I feel is coming, we are being asked very much to look at who we are and what our part to play in the world play is. So what I mean by that is, what is the act that we've come to fulfill? And I feel very much as though there will be some great aha moments. I feel as though these 3 months are going to be relatively solitary. I'm feeling a lot of going within and withdrawing, not only because it's the winter months, but also because you're just going to want to not get involved in what's going on outside, the hullabaloo, the craziness that's going on outside of your door. I have a feeling that we are going to be globally or collectively withdrawing, almost as if to meet ourselves. That's how I'm feeling it. So in that finding ourselves, we have very much a remembrance of what's past, who we were. And I don't feel this is going to be looking back and saying, oh, I wish I still was. I feel it's more of a, oh, that's interesting. I wonder why I did that, or I'm really understanding now my younger self, or if you are the sort of person that really regrets some of your behaviours, this may be a time to really put that to bed and accept yourself on a much deeper level and know that what you did was the best that you could do under the circumstances. And I'm really seeing that this is, a quite not dark time from the point of view of there's evil and all of that, but just a really quiet, snuggled up few months. You will still be getting up and going to work, I understand, but it will be very much keeping yourself to yourself and really taking some time to get to know yourself, understand who you are, and I'm feeling like there's going to be a real deep acceptance on a very deep level of everything that you represent to you. And the card Reflection is telling me that sometimes we have this idea of ourselves that we've been told by other people, or that has been something we've deduced from what's happened to us in life. And I'm hearing very clearly that this will be a time of seeing things for as they actually are, seeing things in reality rather than how we would like them to be. Or there will be a collective almost unveiling is how I want to say it. So we're really going to be seeing things in a much truer light. We are going to be understanding things much better, and I really feel that there's a emphasis here on truth, reality, authenticity. then, so the second quarter of the year, which is April, May, June, so really springtime and coming into the full-on summer in the Northern Hemisphere anyway. So we have the message, positive news, positive outcome. It's a really beautiful card. Then we have the Tree of Life, fertility, creativity, destiny, magical blessings. And then last, the Temptress, seduction, deceit, a broken promise. So I'm really tuning into how much energy these cards have, that is creativity and fecundity, and as the summer months come in, we have this renewed hope and excitement about life that kind of just runs through our veins. And the message is the card that's really drawing me on this one. So positive news, positive outcome. And this is showing me that as we have spent time with ourselves in the first quarter of the year and in quietness, as I said, we had many moments of aha, and I feel that this really is coming to fruition in April, May, June, because I'm feeling, or I'm seeing, just lots of ideas popping up about who we really are and what we really want to do. And I think as we drop the masks and as we move through the year and really have a much better understanding of ourselves and who we are and our abilities, then can come these great ideas that we're going to put into fruition. So it's a really, really joyful card, and I'm really happy that that's come at the beginning of this quarter. But then we have the Tree of Life in the middle, and truly the Tree of Life to me always suggests great excitement for life, great understanding of life and why we're here and so on, but also great possibility. So this feels like a very positive quarter for next year. I do understand that there will be a lot going on outside of ourselves, that there is very little that we can do to control, but what I'm feeling on a very individual level, this will be a really exciting time. The Tree of Life is also what nourishes us, what gives us hope, what brings things to us when we manifest. It symbolises to me a card of positive action and joy. I mean, yeah, really happy that those two cards have come together. And then towards the end of the quarter, although she will be around during the whole quarter, is the Temptress, seduction, deceit, a broken promise. And I'm really getting the feeling that this is about politics and the status quo. I really feel that by the second quarter of next year, we will all be much more aware of who is really working in our interests and which organisations are really there to help people, places and things. And I think it will be a time when lots more promises will have been broken, of course, but also there will be a much more public understanding of the dreadful things that have been going on in the name of politics or charity or behind closed doors. So I have an inkling, because this card comes at the end of that, those three cards for the second quarter of 2020. I think early summertime there are going to be some big revelations, not very pleasant ones. And the more we will have gone within in January, February, March and really tuned into our own truth and authenticity, the better we will be able to judge who and what to trust and which information to believe and follow. And I'm even feeling as though there may be some serious cracks in the political, religious, legal systems, some huge cracks starting to show. That's my feeling for the second quarter of 2020. And then we're going into the third quarter, which is July, August and September. So let's see what we pull for those. So for July, August and September, evolution, earth changes, climate change, transformation. I love that. Intuitive communication, silent whispers of the heart. Look at that. And then jewel within a teardrop, appreciation, spiritual and emotional reconnection. Gosh, well, they're all fairly similar, aren't they? It feels like a very consolidating time. It feels like a time where everything just kind of falls into place. I'm seeing a cogwheel with everything just fixing so that everything moves in unison. It feels very calm, which it hasn't in the first 2 quarters. It feels very calm. And how I'm feeling this is that those that have really found out who they are will be coming to the fore in the 3 months that are July, August and September. It just feels as though it's a really important time politically, economically. I feel like lots will have already taken place by this time next year in 2020. And how I'm feeling is that it almost feels as though we will have taken a step forward in evolution. I feel things will have changed quite radically. It feels very, very exciting. So I think by this time of the year, it's almost as though things that we've taken for granted or have chosen not to see, or things that we were in denial about, I have a feeling may well have kind of fixed themselves anyway. There will still be rumblings going on outside of ourselves, you know, to break down systems that have been in place for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Some of them is not going to happen overnight, but it almost feels that by the time we get to July, August and September, something will have changed dramatically so that it's a lot easier going forward. So maybe we will have done all the hard work by that quarter in the year. But again, I'm just tuning into this feeling of calm and peace and personal understanding. Within the chaos is how I'm feeling. So a real sense of almost justification for having done all that work in 2019 and the beginning of 2020. But again, these cards are showing me that it will be spiritually a very important time. There is a real deep sense of connection which possibly hasn't been there before. And I think the more that we can work towards this sense of deep connection with ourselves, with our planet, it's going to help us in our missions going forward. And what I'm feeling here is that any projects that you've sort of been working on but haven't launched yet, or you've been waiting to launch, I think when you sink into your heart in the way that is being shown in the cards that will happen, in this quarter, so we're in the 3rd quarter of 2020, I have a feeling that, a lot of projects are going to be starting that really do come from a place of heart. So I'm hearing that any projects that are ego-driven and about me more now and money and materialism possibly are not going to do so well in 2020, but any projects that really genuinely care about your fellow man, the animals, the planet, anything that allows you to be in service to something other than yourself. I feel like July, August and September is a big period for these projects getting their foot in the door and starting and actually turning into reality, having been dreamed about for some extensive time. consciously a higher level of intuition is coming to the planet, and so anything that you can do to help improve your intuition in this time now, in readiness for that, I think will be very beneficial. So let's see what comes up for October, November, December 2020, and closes out the year, which has been a very important year, I believe. Right, very interesting cards. Ocean of eternal love, healing, creativity, fertility, reflection, illusion, self-examination, distortion. Interesting that that would come up twice. And the Nine of Hearts, fulfillment, harmony, and protection. Love that card. Okay, ooh, so reflection has come up twice in this reading, so I think it is the flavour of the year. So once again, it may be another time of going within and just really re-evaluating, because obviously every time we change, everything changes. So we need to take stock of how far we've come and how well we've done and what's left on the road ahead and things like that. So I'm really feeling that this card coming up for a second time in this reading is indicative of the fact that we really need to be self-aware for the next year. But I really love the Ocean of Eternal Love, healing, creativity, fertility. This feels to me to be completely following on from what I was saying about things starting to take root and become reality in the months previous to this quarter. So it's a really good indication that things are starting to really take shape and get some traction and will feel really fulfilling. I'm really feeling a sense of pride and self-pride and acceptance and excitement for what it is that you now know that you will be doing going forward. So the Ocean of Eternal Love is telling me that the work that you've been doing in 2020 will be paying off towards the end of the quarter with your new projects, possibly with some pregnancies, but certainly on the self-fulfillment journey of self-love and self-acceptance. I really feel that this is a very exciting time. So that's October, November, December 2020. We have the reflection, so it's always good to, I think this is just a message to say, as you are building these new projects or launching these new ideas or structures or organizations or whatever it is that you're doing, be really self-aware and take stock as you go along. I think it's really important to understand the process, understand yourself, not push yourself too hard in too many directions so that you have the energy to see it through to the end. I really feel this is about nourishing yourself, taking care of yourself whilst building this really exciting project that's coming. So the fact that that comes coupled with the Nine of Hearts, which is fulfillment, harmony and protection, to me is just perfect. So whilst you are building this new enterprise or whatever it is, you are being told that you will be protected, there will be harmony, and it will bring you fulfillment. I just love that as the last quarter of 2020. So whilst it has been fairly challenging for the last decade or so, and those of us that have started on the path and have been working on ourselves really never thought there would be an end to it, this reading does suggest to me that yeah, towards the end of the year it's going to get a little bit easier. I genuinely don't think that the political situation or the economic situation or any of those things will have been sorted in 2020, but I think we are going to go a big way. We are going to take a huge step in the right direction. But this really feels to me as though we are saying any of the ancillary projects or the projects to help others or the planet or protect the oceans or the trees or whatever it is that really gets you going in the morning. I think this message is saying, go for it, be aware of who you are, and really expect good things, because the better motivated you are, the more you can inspire others, and with inspiration of others comes followers, and then you get people to help you with your project. It just feels like it's a big snowball rolling down a mountain. Once you've got over the top of the mountain, then it just really smoothly runs downhill. So that would be my reading for 2020 going into 2021. So to recap for the year then, I think lots and lots of turbulence going on outside of myself, but internally lots of change, growth, understanding. First half of the year is more of the same from 2019. Second half seems to be heralding in great energy, especially for those that want to set up a new project or get something going or help other people or just be of service. So that feels really, really exciting. I hope that's helpful. I've really enjoyed doing this reading for you. I wish you health, harmony, happiness and joy for 2020 and beyond. Thank you.